Hi, and welcome to my channel on ADHD and personality. I talked as a professional to parents in video number 4 about the gaps in functioning, and I asked you to observe them. Now I'm going to talk about how a child feels, describes, or perceives these gaps. Does he in fact know he has ADHD? Does he feel the gaps? Well, no. The child with ADHD is born this way and he doesn't know anything else. He perceives there is something not quite right through consequences or the results or through our reactions to his behavior. Sure, there are plenty of people with ADHD who feel just great about themselves and have succeeded with or without help to channel themselves into the right direction. Sportsmen, comedians, artisans, craftsmen, businessmen, salesmen, and plenty of others who took advantage of their hyperactivity and need for extreme and went all in to succeed. There are also plenty who feel the gaps in functioning and are not frustrated by them. And on the other hand, there are also people who feel that they've lost out in life. They didn't quite achieve their full potential. And those who truly believe that it is the others who have a problem. I wish to read the poem Black in order to describe the perspective of the individual with ADHD. This poem was written by an African child and nominated by the UN for the best poem in 2006. When I born, I black. When I grow up, I black. When I go in sun, I black. When I scared, I black. And when I die, I still black. And you, white fellow, when you born, you pink. When you grow up, you white. When you go in sun, you red. When you cold, you blue. When you scared, you yellow. When you sick, you green. When you die, you gray. And you call me colored? The black person, like the person with ADHD, was born this way and he doesn't know any other state of being. He understands he is different by the consequences and by others' reactions to him. He often tries to understand and asks himself, what is different about me? And again, all people have differences in curiosity, insight, and awareness. There are those who don't feel or don't know how to describe specific difficulties, but do compare themselves to others and ask themselves, why am I not on the same page? I will read the poem Other Children, written by Karen Zaguri Cohen in our book, originally in Hebrew, and translated beautifully into English by Barbara Sadnick. This poem describes what I am talking about. Other Children. Susanna sits right next to me. She gets great grades, as you can see. Across from me is my friend Jake. He never makes a math mistake. Anne answers all questions from the front row. Her hands shoot up each time, you know. It's uncanny how Danny, who sits by the door, is the first one to finish and then ready for more. Diane is just great at writing and spelling, always writes the words right in the stories she's telling. Why does it always seem to me that school is so frustrating for me? For everyone else, it goes like a snap, but I must just struggle to bridge every gap. How come for all of them things are tidy and clear, and my head's such a mess, though I still persevere? Sometimes I just want to scream and yell. It's not fair, it's so hard for me to do well. Dad tells me I'm special. I'm his special kid, that he's proud that I always aim to succeed. When I try and I try one time more, but when things don't get better, I just want to roar. With his eyes towards the window sits my good friend Jim. Deep in my heart, I'm always with him. Such a space cadet dreamer, glides along really slow, reminds me of me. Don't you know? I think so. I need to emphasize the fact that these individuals genuinely want to know exactly what it is that is different about them and they sometimes do this by comparing themselves to others. Note that they compare their abilities, functioning, achievements, results, or consequences of their behavior to those of others in order to learn about themselves. This can be easily misunderstood, and so I wish to emphasize they are not competitive and they are not jealous. This is why we need to be very clear about the underlying issues and talk to them about the gaps in functioning and not about competition or about jealousy. A child of 6 may say, for example, that he doesn't like school. It's not fun like it was in kindergarten. He has to sit down all day and listen to what the teacher has to say. He'd prefer to go back to kindergarten and play. Or the preschool child who gets upset because the teacher keeps getting angry at him for blurting out the answer instead of putting up his hand. Those who beg of me to advocate on their behalf and explain to their parents that they have a genuine difficulty and they are not plain lazy, daisy, stupid, or crazy. Those that feel that they are smart but repeatedly disappoint themselves and their family, and those who are on top of things around them and in the know and say to their parents, I think I have ADHD. Gaps in functioning confuse and frustrate us adults too. We need to learn about them first. Whenever we adults can understand, explain, and provide accurate information, we help them feel good about themselves and understand themselves. Our job is to love, listen, learn, and explain them to themselves accurately in a simple, accessible, positive language. How? Follow me, and I promise you, you will see. Thank you.